Let me ask you something. Were you recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes? Or if you have been dealing with it for some time, have you ever had that one number on your blood test that made your stomach drop? For me, it was 13.0. That was my A1C. I remember staring at that number and thinking, how did I let it get this far? When I first was diagnosed, I had no clue about diabetes. But I didn't want to just accept that metformin and insulin were the only solutions. So what came next was a deep dive into every natural remedy I could find. Not fads, not gimmicks, but real science-backed tools that help your body manage blood sugar more effectively. Today, I'm going to share exactly what worked for me. Natural ingredients and how they changed my blood sugar numbers entirely. It changed my energy and my life. Stick with me because some of these natural ingredients are things that you probably use regularly and didn't even know their impact. And somewhere in this story, I'm going to show you the exact system that I built that kept me accountable every single day. But let's not jump ahead because this story starts with one simple question. Can nature really lower blood sugar? Let's start with cinnamon. Not the kind sitting stale in your pantry, but real potent Ceylon cinnamon, Ceylon. What's fascinating is that cinnamon can actually mimic insulin in your body, helping glucose move out of your blood and into your cells where they're supposed to go. That means steadier blood sugar, fewer spikes, and a calmer appetite. When I started adding half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to my morning smoothie, I noticed something interesting. My numbers after breakfast stopped shooting through the roof. Yes, my continuous glucose monitor looked so much smoother and level. I had steady energy instead of that roller coaster mid-morning crash, you know those ones? Well, cinnamon became my morning ritual, but one spice alone wasn't enough. I needed something that would go deeper, especially for insulin resistance. That's when I found Berberine, which I call nature's metformin. If cinnamon is gentle, Berberine is strategic. It's a compound extracted from plants like barberry and golden seal, and it's often compared to metformin, one of the most common diabetes medications that I was subscribed metformin. I'm still on it, but I use natural medicine. Here's why berberine works. It activates an enzyme called AMPK, which helps your body use sugar more efficiently, and it improves insulin sensitivity. When I started taking berberine with meals, my fasting blood sugar began to level out. It didn't happen overnight. Nothing truly effective ever does. But within weeks, the morning numbers that used to scare me to heck just started coming down. Now, at this point, I was experimenting with different foods and herbs every day, tracking everything in my little notebook. And I'll come back to that in a minute because that system became the turning point for me to level up everything. But first, let's talk about one of the most powerful and admittedly most bitter tools that I found, and that's bitter melon, the tropical glucose guardian. If you've ever tasted bitter melon, you know it's not exactly a treat. My granddaughter would say, yuck, Nana, if she were to taste it. But don't let the flavor fool you, though. This stuff is powerful. Bitter melon contains natural compounds that actually act like insulin, helping your body move glucose into cells and use it for energy. In many Asian traditions, bitter melon has been used for centuries to help with blood sugar management. I started juicing it every few days, not every day, but every few days. And while it wasn't love at first sip, the results were undeniable. My blood sugar readings were more stable, fewer post-meal spikes, less fatigue, and more clarity. And I didn't have those brain fogs anymore. That's when I realized something important. These natural remedies aren't quick fixes. They're just a support to control this disease. They help your body remember how to balance itself again. And that's when I decided to systemize everything that I've learned and experienced. At that stage, I was tired of guessing. I needed structure. So I built what I now call my diabetes system bundle. And I would even venture to call it a comeback system. But at that time, it was just my personal survival kit. It included a blood sugar tracker where I logged my numbers every morning and night, a checklist for habits like hydration, movement, and supplements, and a recipe journal where I recorded meals that didn't spike my blood glucose level. And here's the cool part. I documented everything, and I created an ebook guide that includes how I managed to bring my A1C from 13.0 down to 5.5 in just 6 months. Now, I've put it all together for others who want to follow the same system that worked for me. I put it together in a bundle with the tracker, the ebook, the logbook, the checklist, and those exact recipes that help me rebalance my body naturally. I will leave a link to the bundle in the description below this video, so you can go grab it. But I wouldn't have gotten there without the next 2 ingredients. The quiet heroes of blood sugar balance, flaxseed and chia seed, or seed, or however you want to pronounce it. I call those the fiber-powered duo. Let me tell you, fiber is your best friend when it comes to blood sugar. Flaxseed and chia seed, chia, are packed with soluble fiber. What this does is slows down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream. When I added a teaspoon of ground flaxseed to my morning shake and a scoop of chia seeds to my yogurt, I started feeling full longer. My cravings dropped and my digestion improved. And also, my blood glucose readings stayed smooth for hours. Fiber doesn't just stabilize blood sugar, it helps your gut. It supports heart health and plays a huge role in weight management. And when you're managing diabetes or pre-diabetes, those things do matter. But there's one more natural ingredient that often gets overlooked, and it's sitting right on your kitchen counter. This one I call the refreshing regulator. Want to know what it is? Well, who knew a simple thing like lime could be such a blood sugar ally? Limes are rich in citric acid, which helps slow carbohydrate digestion and lowers the glycemic impact of your meals. I started squeezing half a lime into warm water before meals. It didn't just refresh me, it stabilized me. My post-meal readings were consistently lower than they were before, and it helped my digestion too. Sometimes the simplest things are the most effective, and lime water became one of those easy, everyday wins you can start right now. Now let's put this all together to get you on your daily flow. First, what does a real day look like when you use all of this? For me, it was simple. Lime water before breakfast, cinnamon in my oatmeal, berberine with lunch and dinner, a flax chia seed combination in my smoothie in the afternoon, bitter melon juice a few times a week. Yeah, that yucky feeling or yucky taste. No crash diets, no impossible routines, just steady, intentional choices. Even when they don't taste so good. And when I started tracking those choices in my system, that's when everything clicked and glued together. The data told the story. My fasting glucose dropped, my energy returned, and my doctor was stunned when my A1C hit 5.5. Why do these work? Well, each of these remedies helps your body remember how to regulate itself. Cinnamon and berberine improve insulin function. Bitter melon enhances glucose uptake. Flax and chia seeds slow absorption. Lime supports digestion. Together, they don't fight your body. They teach it how to maintain balance again. And that's really the secret. Nature plus consistency equals transformation. Of course, before you try any of these remedies, natural remedies, always check with your doctor, especially if you're taking medication or managing an existing condition. Natural doesn't mean risk-free. It means supportive when used the right way, like I'm using it, because I do take metformin, but I use my natural medicines just as well. So if you're ready to start your own blood sugar transformation, take it one step at a time. Start with one remedy. Track your results. Stay consistent. And when you're ready for structure, you know where to find it in that diabetic comeback system that helped me change my own life. Because your health isn't a race. It's a rhythm. And the moment that you align with it, everything starts working with you again and for you as well. Oh, and before you go, I started a Facebook group and a Facebook page to help provide ongoing support for you. The kind of support I wish that I had when I was diagnosed 4 years ago. You will find both links for those groups and pages in the description as well. And if you found this video helpful or valuable, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because I'm going to be doing a mini series about this same topic, and you don't want to miss any of these videos in the mini series. Now tell me, which of these natural remedies are you going to try first? Well, after you talk to your doctor, of course. Drop it in the comment section, and I'll share one of my favorite recipes that pairs perfectly with it. Because your journey to lower blood sugar starts right where you are. Right now, right today. Right now today. One natural choice at a time. And please make sure you grab my diabetic comeback system that helped me to lower my blood sugar. The link is in the description, and my A1C as well. Thanks in advance for doing so. And also, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care now.